Hey guys, and welcome back to 5-9 Gaming. In today's video, we're going to be continuing our top 10 tier list videos for the year of 2020 for the Dokkan Battle. Today I'm accompanied by Sunblade and Dr. Nemor, and we're going to basically be doing the Non-Dokkan Festival exclusives. These will not include Dokkan Awakenings. We're going basically mainly on new units per those banners. So we're talking about like Raditz, Great Saiyaman, stuff like that. Before we get started, how are we both all doing today? Mr. Sunblade, what's going on, man?
Yeah, a lot of stuff to do at 5-9 Gaming, but I'm really enjoying it. Glad to be a part of this.
Absolutely. And Mr. Doctor, how are you doing today?
Fantastic. It's almost the end of the week when we're recording this, so I'm doing great.
Very cool stuff. So guys, we're gonna go ahead and hop into this. Talking about our number 10 slot, we actually have Raditz. Mr. Sunblade, would you like to go over this unit for us?
Okay, so I had to put him in there because what he does on Extreme Super Battle for Tech, he actually saves me. Like, when you have him on your team, Extreme Super Battle Road for Extreme Tech isn't that hard anymore, and that reason alone, it was enough for me to put him at number 10. His kit is obviously impressive, but his role in ESBR, like, absolutely convinced me, and didn't have to think any further. But I can't put him higher because the upcoming 9 are stronger than him.
Yeah, I agree. I definitely agree. So moving on to our 9th slot, Mr. Nemor, I'm going to go ahead and pass this one over to you. We have our buddy Great Saiyaman. How do you feel about this unit?
I feel like this guy is in his spot because his support ability for the category that he supports, which is Majin Buu Saga, is extremely powerful. Because that category is full of very good superclass units. And this guy is a very good support for it. He's got attack and defense, which is the base for any good unit. And yeah, I feel like he's not as good for the difficult modes, but the fact that he's such a good support resulted in us putting him there.
Yeah, no, he is. Yeah, I get what you mean. He's not going to be the greatest defensively, but he does stack attack, and he definitely does help out the rotations with that great support. So I definitely think he deserves being at that number 9 slot. So moving on to number 8. So actually number 8, 7, and 6. So basically how these tier lists work, just like all the other videos, just in case we didn't explain in the beginning, these are calculated by averages on all 3 of our tier lists. So the next 3 actually all have the same numbers. So you could pop these around however you want, depending on you as a player as well, just to give you guys a little freedom. This next unit I will discuss myself. It is Trunks and Mai, which is a fantastic unit for the future Super Battle Road, because if you guys remember when that stage came out, it was extremely difficult, and Trunks and Mai coming out made it was almost like a cheat code because of the Mafuba, and you know, they stun, and they're pretty good defensively, especially when they're fighting, you know, future category enemies. So I do like Trunks and Mai. I do know they're a bit more situational, but I think they're a pretty good situational unit for the more difficult events that you could bring them on. They could hit high attack stats, very good defensively, pretty good link set, and again, that Mafuba active skill is insanely powerful. So moving on to number 7, I'm gonna go ahead and pass this over to Sunblade. How do you feel about this 7 slot?
So yeah, Vados, excellent unit, but I think it's already obvious she is, in my opinion, a weaker Whis. But she has a very unique ability. Like, she supports 3 categories, and yeah, if a unit is on all 3 categories, yeah, that respective character gets the maximum buff, and that's very good. She's very helpful in certain modes like Super Battle Road, and yeah, that's why she's a number 7 because of all that.
Yep, definitely agree with that one. And Int Topo here, you know, me and somebody did put him a bit higher on our list, and you know, we were talking to Nemor before we got on, and he definitely made a lot of great points. So Dr. Nemor, would you like to go ahead and talk about Int Topo for us?
Yeah, so basically this guy is very, very good. At his best, I'd say it's probably like number 2, number 1, but he's not there because he's restricted for his passive. He needs Universe 11 units around him, but he's still very, very good in general. Like, even if you don't have all of his passive active, it's still really good. So that's why he's kind of in the middle, I guess. But yeah, at his best, he's absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah, very cool. And he is a very solid unit. Unfortunately, he hasn't hit global yet, so we haven't had too much playtest over on that end. I have seen videos of him being next to LR Jiren, and yeah, that rotation's insane, man. So definitely think he definitely deserves to be on here. So he's an amazing unit. Moving on to number 5 is one of my personal favorites, Mr. Nail. Another big, not really like situational, you just need to have him with another Piccolo unit. Unfortunately, there's only one team that you could rock that rotation on, which is insane. Hopefully in the future they keep adding a bit more for Nail to be thrown in categories with a Piccolo unit. And Nail is extraordinary. I mean, he's insane. Difficult events again, and as long as you could get a Piccolo next to him, this man is going to be looking really, really good. So there's not much else to say about him. I mean, he stacks, he could hit pretty decently hard, he's just very good defensively, and all that greatness. So moving on to our number 4th here.
I'd just like to add one thing.
Mr. Nemor. Oh, go ahead.
And one thing to Piccolo is you can actually use him in Super AGL, Super Battle Road, because of the free-to-play Piccolo.
Yep.
And
yes, you could.
Yeah, that's how Trip got his no item run.
Yes, you're right.
That's why I put him that high on the list. And yeah, Worthy Rivals, the team, is actually insane. Yeah, he's at number 5, like deserved. Yeah, he could be higher, but yeah, he's crazy.
Yeah, I agree. So next we have number 4, Boo Piccolo. I'm gonna go ahead and pass this one to you, Mr. Nemor. How do you feel about this unit?
I think it's very good. The fact that it doesn't have big bad bosses kind of hurts him, but his stats and the fact that he's on so many good teams with so many good linking partners and the fantastic support, I think this guy just brings a ton to the dinner table, if I want to say like that. And yeah, he's just very, very good overall. Very balanced. He's got that stun chance on his super attack and can dodge. Just very good.
Yeah, Boo Piccolo is amazing. I absolutely love it. So I'm glad he did make it so high on the list, actually. So moving on to the next one, which is actually Supreme Kai, Mr. Sun. How do you feel about this unit? You know, in like Extreme Super Battle, just long events, stuff like that. How do you feel about being so high on the list?
So yeah, Int, Supreme Kai, and Kibido, man, this unit is crazy. He is a wild card for Potara and Majin Buu Saga Super Battle Road. With their help, you can actually no-item the respective stages without too much difficulty, and that's why they are at number 3. Like, you can transform turn 1 and immediately stun one enemy of your choice, and that's already crazy. They can basically do everything, and they are great at it.
Yeah, I completely agree, man. I mean, the new physical freezer that we just got on global, you know, he basically got that same passive where like you have the opportunity to transform turn 1, and I definitely like the mechanic. I think they did a really good job making the Kai unit. I think they definitely deserve to be in this top 3 spot. They're very fun, and you know, they do a lot. So moving on to number 2. Number 2 is actually, you know, Tien, which came out with Boo Piccolo during the worldwide celebration. Tien is insanely good. Insanely good. He's stupidly good defensively, pretty good offensively. He's all around just an outstanding unit for hard events. He's a great support. He just has it all, man. Tien really crushes everything that he does. And I definitely think that he belongs, you know, in the top 3 easily. So I'm happy he is in number 2. So moving on to the first one, where I kind of want everybody to chime in on this one, because I'm sure we all have had different experiences with Whis. So number 1 is Whis. So I'm going to go ahead and pass this to Dr. Nemor first. How do you feel about Whis being at number 1?
I think he's an excellent unit. You know, he's good. He's gonna be good wherever you put him. He supports the rotation if there's a Beerus around. He has the 70% chance to dodge. He lowers attack and defense and seals, I think. Yeah, and he gives himself defense every time he dodges for the same rotation. This guy is just crazy. If there's a Beerus around, he's gonna look very impressive. You know, he's got that RNG factor, but that's, you know, 70% chance. I feel like it's enough to rely on. It's the same as UI Goku, and yeah, really like these units.
Yep, I agree. And Mr. Sunblade, how do you feel about Whis?
So yeah, Dr. Nemor already summed that up pretty perfectly. Like, he is almost indestructible. Like, he he seals, he lowers attack and defense, he has a 70% chance to dodge, and whenever he dodges, he raises his own defense. What more could you ask for in terms of defense? And for Super STR, you can run the STR Beerus and Whis unit along with him. When you're on Realm of Gods, you can run the physical Beerus with him. And even without the Beerus unit, he does an excellent job. You put him in an Extreme Super Battle Road and he's fine. So, yeah, without question, he is the #1 for me. And yeah, I had great experiences with him. He saved me a lot of times.
Yeah, I feel like we say UI Goku, you know, again, it's RNG, but 70% is a very high percentage. I could definitely see how well he does, and you know, a lot of no item runs are due to weeks. So definitely think he does deserve being in this #1 slot. He is absolutely amazing. So there's all the averages. So we could quickly kind of go over each of our own lists. You know, do we have any takers that want to go through their list briefly here?
Yeah, my list had actually the AGL Krillin on it. He is very, very good if he's got his full passive. The only issue is you have to have an 118 in the same turn, which sucks, but this guy is really good, you know, anyways, both in SBR and Battlefield. If you have an AGL 18 run, I'm not sure there is one, but yeah, this guy is pretty good. Just I think like spot 11 on our list, maybe. And
yeah, I believe he was actually 11. Was there any other units that differed on your list besides Krillin from the 10 that we currently have?
I don't think so.
Understandable. Mr. Sunblade, just to kind of go a bit into yours, we had a very similar one. How are you feeling about your list right now?
So I think the biggest difference between Dr. Nemo's and our list, I would say, is, yeah, either the Krillin, and yeah, the reason why he isn't on my list is that restriction with Android 18. I hate things like that. I really hate this, and that's why I couldn't bring him in the top 10. And yeah, one other difference was the Int Pride Trooper squad, the new Int Topo. He is at number 8 for me, I believe, and at number 5 for Nemo, if I'm correct. And like the Universe 11 restriction, like it's not that bad, but yeah, it kind of plays into the same thing. Like this restriction, man, I can't put him higher than number 8 because of that. Even though at his absolute maximum, he's a monster. Like I think Dr. Nemo said, he could easily be a number 2 or 3 then. Yeah, that restriction sealed the deal for me.
Yeah, that's the thing with some of these cards. They do have some heavy restrictions, but they're still very, very good units. So definitely have to give credit where credit is due. My list might be just a little bit different. The top 3. I do have Whis as number 3, mainly just because of the RNG factor. Personally, it's definitely a me problem. I don't get the amazing dodges that he's supposed to be giving. I've seen videos, but personally, I just haven't. Same thing with like the LRUI Goku. So again, you know, sometimes it's going to be personal preference on those. But I do absolutely see, you know, how amazing Whis is. You know, to me, this top 10, to anybody watching this video, you can move these around however you want. They're all extraordinarily good units. They're all good banner units. They're all good at different events. So it's like, this is not, like, you could really move these around. So definitely let us know in the comments below how you guys would actually make this list. You know, you guys could say, hey, you know, I don't agree with that one. And definitely, you know, we're up for the discussion and stuff like that. So we really appreciate it. And it was a great time having you both on here, Mr. Sunblade, as always, and Dr. Nemor. Do we have any closing statements for our viewers before we go ahead and wrap up here?
I think, thanks for watching.
Very nice.
Yeah, and give us a great Kaba unit for the anniversary on JP.
Yes, I agree. On that and a Master Roshi. Please. I would love that.
Yeah.
Those two would be great. So to everybody watching, we appreciate you guys so much. Down in the links, you guys will see our websites. Make sure to check out our websites. Our social media pages will be there. So make sure to follow all of us on all of that. Make sure to follow 5-9 and all their various different social medias. We're pretty much every single social media platform that you guys could think of. So make sure to follow all that greatness. Sunblade does do a great job managing the social media fronts. So make sure to stay tuned for all the big news coming in 2021 for 5-9 Gaming. I am Gotcha Talks, Sunblade, and Dr. Nemor. We will see you guys in the next one. Hope you guys enjoyed this tier list video. And again, We'll see you in the next one. Take care, everybody, and peace out.